Welcome to Tech Bytes and News, your daily roundup of articles featured in Hacker News. Today, we're diving into the exciting world of offshore rocket launches. The demand for space travel is exploding, absolutely exploding, pushing land-based spaceports to their limits. Think Kennedy Space Center, maxed out.
Right, I read that article too. It's incredible how quickly the commercial space sector is growing. So the solution is launching rockets from the ocean? That sounds wild.
Wild, but increasingly practical. China's already been doing it for years, launching over a dozen missions from ocean platforms. Italy's even reopening its old ocean launch pad off the coast of Kenya. And in the US, SpaceX and a new startup, the Spaceport Company, are seriously exploring this.
So what are the advantages? Besides the obvious coolness factor, I mean.
Well, it opens up a ton of new launch locations, especially near the equator. A huge boost for rocket efficiency. Plus, it's potentially safer and more environmentally friendly, launching further from populated areas and sensitive ecosystems. Think less risk of catastrophic failures near cities.
I see. Interesting. But isn't this a relatively new idea? I mean, haven't there been issues in the past?
Oh, absolutely. The idea's been around almost as long as rockets themselves. We even had a V-2 launch from the USS Midway in 1947, almost hit the ship's command center. Yikes!
Wow, a near miss. So what about the legal and regulatory aspects? Launching from international waters sounds complicated.
It is. The Sea Launch Project, a multinational venture, highlighted some serious gray areas in international law. They registered their rig in Liberia, a flag of convenience, which raises questions about labor laws, taxes, and environmental regulations. There's a real potential for loopholes.
And the environmental impact? Launching hundreds of rockets a day. That's a lot of emissions.
Exactly. It's a huge unknown. While offshore launches might reduce direct local impact, the overall effect on the climate and ozone layer from increased rocket emissions is still largely unstudied. It's a critical area needing more research.
So what's the future of offshore spaceports? Is this just a niche market or something bigger?
I think it's going to be huge. The Spaceport Company, for example, aims to be the McDonald's of spaceports, creating a scalable, repeatable model. They envision a network of offshore launch hubs, providing affordable access to space for many nations. They even talk about point-to-point rocket travel. Think suborbital passenger flights.
Point-to-point rocket travel? That sounds like something out of science fiction.
It is, but Marotta believes it's closer than we think. The military, in particular, might be interested in experimenting with that soon. Offshore launches are still a small part of the space industry, but their potential to reshape our lives is enormous. The choices we make now will determine what that future looks like.
It's certainly a fascinating and rapidly evolving field. Thanks for breaking it down for us.
You're welcome. And that's all the time we have for today's Tech Bytes and News. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.